We have released version 3.4.3. In this video I'm going to show you some of the new features as well as some of the bugs that we have fixed. Before I start with that, I recommend you to subscribe to our channel to stay informed about the new features. First, we have improved the views in assets parts. Now it will allow us to also show the operational critical parts. In this way, the views get more comprehensive by applying new filters. Next to that, we have also improved the user rights. Now it is possible to give the users the rights to adjust the stock, as well as only edit the location details or edit both the location as the general details of a part. On top of that, we have improved the performance of searching fleet-wide parts. Now that we have seen all the improvements of the assets parts, let's take a look to the assets tasks. In the previous version of MXSuite, it was not possible to relate a part to a task sign-off. You will get an error message and you were unable to mark your task as completed. Now we have solved that. Let me show you. I'm going to complete this task and I'm going to relate a part to this task sign-off. I'm going to select the part and fill in a quantity. When I press on task completed, the task has been performed and MXSuite will not throw an error message. As you can see, I've also created a defect. I get an oil leakage after my engine reaches a temperature of 90 degrees. While creating the defect, I added a photo. When I create a service request in order to order an engineer to come on board, I also would like that this photo will be sent to the engineer as well. In this menu, you will also see another new feature. It is now possible to add this defect to an existing service order. When I click on the option, I will get a pop-up where I can select my service request, and my order line has now been added on top of the extra order lines that were already in this request. When I open the order line, I can find my task description as well as my photo that I have uploaded while creating the defect. When you are performing a project, it can be handy to have a one-time project task. In order to create this task, you press on New Task, you give it a name, checking the rubber tubes of your engine, use this task once and select Project Task. After you press Save and Close, you can now link this task to a project. I'm going to link my task to this dry dock that I'm going to perform in Rotterdam. Save and close. And as you can see, the task has been successfully linked to the project. When you are approving of tasks, you can now also add remarks and attachments while approving the task. I've set up a task where I'm going to say that the second engineer needs to check the cool water levels, and I'm requiring an approval of the chief engineer. In order to show you this, let me log in as the second engineer. I'm going to the task and I'm going to complete my maintenance task. I'm writing down a remark. And I'm going to complete the task. Now, in order to approve the task, let me log in as the chief engineer. Here in the summary overview, I have the option to approve the task. This is the task that was marked as completed by the second engineer. When I open this task sign-off, I can add here a remark. Save the remark. I can upload here a document or a photo. After I've done that, I can approve this task sign-off. Now let me also show you another feature that we have implemented in the history of the asset tasks. This is my task that has been done by the second engineer and has been approved by the chief engineer. On top of all the other remarks, I can now also add new remark. I can save the remark, and when I press save and close, my remark has been successfully added in this task sign-off. These were all the improvements that we have made in the asset tasks. Next on my list is the crewing module. In the crewing module, we added a new setting that prevents a crew member to be planned in 2 times at the same time. Now let's take a look how that works in the planning. As you can see, Laura van Andel is working on the Mustang Trader 1 as a chief engineer. When I'm trying to also plan in Laura on the Mustang Trader 2, I'm getting a message that this is simply not possible. The current planning conflicts with the following periods in which the current employee has other plannings. And below you can then see the planning. You are not allowed to plan the same employee twice at the same time. Now let me show you another improvement. It is now possible to open the employee directly from the planning. By right mouse clicking on the planned period and then choose Open Employee. As you can see, these are the employee details. In this window, let me also add a new employee. in this window you can relate this employee directly to an employee group. These were the improvements that we have made in the crewing module. Now let's take a look to the project module. In the project module, I have here my tasks. For this task, I have an estimated cost of 4,500 euros at the contractor Mustang Software. When I create a service requisition, my estimated cost plus my supplier are copied to the order line. Also, for this task, I have enabled that the remarks are mandatory. So when I save new progress to my task, I now have to enter a new remark. After I have entered my remark, I can now save my progress. Now let's take a look to the final improvements that we have made. I will show you the improvements that we have made in the purchase module. For the first improvement, I first have to create a shopping basket of the parts. I will select a few parts and I will add them to my basket. I will save and close my basket and I will go to the purchase module. In the purchase module I can see that for the Master Trader 1 I have items in my shopping basket. In this field we have added the last modified by and the last modified date. So if I change this value from 12 to 13 and if I press save and close, when I open my shopping basket again, I can see that it has been last modified by Mustang Software on this date. Now it is also possible to add order part numbers to free order lines. So when I'm ordering a part using free order lines, next to all the other details, I can also write down my part number. These were all the improvements that we have made in MXSuite version 3.4.3. Thanks for watching and I hope to see you the next time.